Uh, William Shakespeare. He is the most important poet in the English literature, and he had written the such works, and the famous one is Romeo and Juliet. And I want to read one of the most popular work of William Shakespeare, from Hamlet. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it's nobler to mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing in them to die, to sleep no more, and by sleep to say the end. The heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is here to this consumption. Devoutly to be wished, to dream as there is wrap, for in that sleep of death what dreams may come. What we have suffered of his mortal coin must give us pause. There is a respect that makes calamity is long life, for who would bear the ships and second of time.
Fade far away, dissolve, and quite forget what soul among the leaves has never known, the weariness, the fever, and the fret. Here, where men sit and hear each other groan, when palsy shakes a few sad last grey hairs, where youth grows pale and spectre sin and dies, where but to think is to be full of sorrow, and leaden eye despairs, when beauty cannot keep her lustred eyes, when your love pine and then beyond tomorrow. Away, away, for I would fly to thee, not charioted by Bacchus and his parts, but on the viewless wings of poesy. So the dull brain perplexes and retards. Already with thee, tender is the night, and haply the queen moon is on her throne, clustered around by all her starry face. But here there's no light, save what from heaven is with breezes blown, through verdurous glooms and winding mossy ways. I cannot see what flowers at my feet, nor what soft incense hangs upon the boughs, but an emballed darkness guess each sweet, wherewith the seasonable month endows the grass, the thicket, and the fruit-free wild.
Ode to a Nightingale is one of the greatest odes of John Keats, uh, which was written in 1819. The author was 23 years old when he wrote this ode. So the major problem concern in Ode to Nightingale is the Keats' perception of the conflicted nature of human life. For example, is the uh, interconnection of pain and joy, intensity of feelings or likeness of some feeling, some interconnection between this and life, some mortal and immortal objects. So that is a main concern problem in Ode to Nightingale of John Keats. So let me start to read a poem. So was not born for this, immortal bird. No hungry generations treads thee down. The voice I heard this passing night was heard in ancient days by emperor and clown. Perhaps the self-same song that found a pass through the sad herd of roof and seek for home. She stood in tears amid alien corn. The same that oft times have charmed magic casements opening on the foam of peerless seas in fairy lands forlorn. Forlorn, the very word is like a bell to toll me back from thee to my fellow self. Adieu. The fancy cannot cheat so well as she is found to do the seething of ordeal, ordeal. Thy plaintive autumn fades past near meadows over the still steep stream up hillside. Now 'tis buried deep in the next valley glaze, was it a vision or a walking dream?
I cannot see what flowers are at my feet, nor what soft incense hangs upon the boughs, but in embalmed darkness guess each sweet will wither seasonable months and dows, the grass is thicket and the fruit tree wild, white hawthorn and the pastoral eglantine, fast fading violets, covered up in leaves, and mid-May's eldest child, the common musk rose, full of devil wine, the murmurous haunts of flies on summer eves. Duckling, I listen, and for many time I have been half in love with easeful death, calls him soft names in many a mused rhyme, to take into the air my quiet breath. No more than ever seems it reach to die, to seize upon the midnight with no pain, while thou art pouring forth thy soul abroad in such an ecstasy. Still would so think, and I have used in vain, to thy high requiem become a sot.